This is Dave Palumbo with MDTV here in the lobby of the Fairmont Hotel at the 2007 NPC Nationals. I'm doing a little pre-game prediction show based on what I saw at the weigh-in today. I have my notes here, so let's get started. Let me start off with the lightweight class. We just interviewed someone who's could be a new face on the scene. His name is Jeff Olsbury. He's from Louisiana. He's being trained by Robin Parker. He's the 2007 NPC Junior National Champion. He's looking great. He's looking striated. The guy's got a classic good looks. I think he's a guy to look out for. I also think we can't overlook Alex Azarian, who's been a favorite up on the boards lately. He's been almost like running for presidency with all the pictures he's been putting up in the last 4 weeks. I don't think anyone's going to be harder than this guy or drier than this guy. He's got the craziest striated glutes I've ever seen. His wife, Azarian, takes pictures in the California State area, so they're both pretty well known. They're both pretty well liked. I think that the competition could wind up between these two guys, and if it goes for conditioning, I think Alex may walk away with the title. Now, that's not to say that there's other guys out there who can't sneak in there and steal it. Remember, this is only the weigh-in, and it only counts how you look tomorrow night. Let's move on to the welterweight class, where I got to mention three guys that really stick out in my mind. Number one, Jesse Sabator looked great. He was, I believe, second here at the USA Championships. He's a guy to definitely look out for, a guy to beat. I'd also have to say Victor Del Campo looks phenomenal. He was third here last year, and he has pulled his package together. He's tight. He's got striated glutes. His arms came up. His shoulders came up. I think he's going to be another guy to look out for. And of course, we can't forget Carlo Filipponi, who I train and who just took first place at the 2007 IFBB North American Championships in the welterweight class. So this class is stacked, and I know there's other guys in this class as well who could show up or prove to be a challenge for the top spot. I think it's wide open. Let's move to the middleweight class. In the middleweight class, I have my notes here. I did not see Jose Raymond at the weigh-in, so I don't know what he looks like, but we have to consider him a definite threat. He was the middleweight champion at the USA Championships, albeit a little bit of controversy. He still has to be considered one of the top guys in the class. Then, of course, you got your 2007 NPC Junior USA middleweight champ, Guy Cisternino, a guy who's a friend of mine. He's looking mighty shredded also. If this show comes down to conditioning, he will definitely be up in that top three. I can guarantee that. Another guy to look out for, Alan Bailey, Team Universe middleweight champion. You never know what this guy could bring to the table. He's pretty freaky. You know, he had the mohawk haircut on stage at the Team Universe. He took home pretty much unanimous first place votes. He could be a threat here at this show. Look out for him, and I know there's a lot of other middleweights out there as well. I don't want to leave out anyone, people to think I'm not mentioning them. You know, I'm just noticing the people who I picked out of the lineup as they were weighing in, and the weigh-in doesn't mean anything. It's all decided when you get up on stage here. Let's move to the light heavyweight class, where of course Peter Putnam has to be one of the favorites. He just won the light heavyweight class at the USA Championships. Although he did have a controversial win over another guy by the name of Al Augusti, a new guy who he's also here today. He was looking great. He's looking shredded. His calves are a little on the small side, but you know, I don't know if that'll hold him back. But the man that everyone is talking about is Charles Dixon. Charles Dixon was the runner-up here, second place 2 years in a row. Stan McQuay beat him here last year. I think that we got to look out for Dixon. We just in the trenches, we shot Charles Dixon a couple days ago. The guy is a freak. He's pound for pound and height for pound probably the biggest guy in the class, the freakiest guy in the class, and I think he's the man to beat. It'll definitely come down to between him and Peter Putnam in my mind. I don't want to leave out one dark horse, TJ Hewitt, who's probably in his mid-50s by now, who looks phenomenal. He's still the guy. He's got skin of a 20-year-old guy. He could always be a threat in this class. He's always been top 5 every time he competes. Look out for him. Let's move to the heavyweight class. One man that we did not see, but we've been hearing a lot about, is Brandon Curry. He was second place at the USA Champions this year. A lot of talk about him. He's been featured in Flex magazine. He's been featured in Muscular Development magazine. Will he bring his A game, or will he bring, you know, a slightly deconditioned version of himself like he did at the USA. That remains to be seen. We haven't seen him yet. But I will say this, A.D. Cherry, a Dorthish Cherry, who was second here last year, who was a little bit of a disappointment at the USA and the North Americans earlier this year. Looks like he pulled it together. He's tight. He's hard. His waist is looking as tiny as ever. This may be the guy to beat in this class. He may be the guy that everyone has to watch out for. We don't want to leave out Darryl Terrell, who's another guy that I'm helping out. He's also shredded. He was second at the North American Championships. The guy was phenomenal. He's even tighter this week. We got to look out for this guy. He is a threat. He's been on the national scene probably longer than I have, and he's always placed in the top 6 over the last number of years, and we don't want to miss him. Curtis Bryant's another guy who looks great, and I don't want to forget to mention Sean Crum. So these are all guys. This is probably the most stacked class in the show, the heavyweights, and it's wide open, and I'm not even sure who I would even pick as a prediction. So I'm gonna abstain on that vote, but I want you guys to look out for all these guys I mentioned. They look great. Super heavyweight class. Let's move up to that. Evan Centopani snuck in here kind of at the end. A lot of people didn't get a look at him. I've seen him in his hotel room. I have to say he's the man to beat. My prediction is that this guy's going to win the whole show. I think it's his time. I think he's put his dues in. I think that this is the best package he's ever brought. His legs are up to par with his upper body now. His posing and presentation is phenomenal. You can check out his posing. Actually, we did about a week ago up on the MDTV page under the Evan Centopani posing routine, and you can take a look and get a sneak preview of what the guy looks like. But I saw him today. He's getting pro-tanned. I mean, he just keeps getting harder and harder, the guy. He's striated glutes. I don't see anyone beating him. Who else is in the class? Well, we got Gregory Atoyan, who obviously won the heavyweight class, the super heavyweight class at the North American earlier this year. He's a guy to watch out for. He's always a threat. Will he beat an Evan Centopani? I don't know. Another guy we could look out for is Joe Barker. He's a new face. Really haven't seen much of him. He's a big, thick kid. I think he's got a bright future in the sport. I don't think he's on par with an Evan Centopani, but these will be guys to look out for. So my prediction, I pick Evan Centopani as the overall winner. Let's see what happens. But for now, we have 24 hours till the men's prejudging starts. I want you to check out on the ND message board the Sean Ray Flex Wheeler play-by-play as the prejudging is going on the MD message board in the No Bull forum. It will be analysis as only you can see from the top guys in our sport, Sean Ray and Flex Wheeler. They don't pull any punches. They call it like it is and see it real time. So stay tuned. Don't forget also you'll see the Muscle Mob wrap-up show after the prejudging and the Flex Wheeler Sean Ray analysis show. So for now, this is Dave Palumbo, MDTV. We're out of here.